Hello everybody, welcome to Dungeons & Drams. Today we're going to be talking about a new tool called Suno. Now this channel is not just ChatGPT and Midjourney and how to do that, it's any AI-based tools that can help you to run your games. And in this case, this tool helps you to create ambient or sometimes less ambient music for your games. You can use this in your VTTs or you could use this at your table by downloading the MP3s. So let me show you how to use this, a couple of the things I came up with, and then we're going to prompt ChatGPT to help us to build a description for music and then see what it comes up with. This will be a cool one. This is Suno, and as you can see, there's dozens and dozens of tracks, including Mudang, which of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? And people have made whatever, and they get shared here. You don't have to make your stuff public, but you can. And we're going to go over to my library. So if you look here, I've started creating some stuff. I'm running the campaign that I made recently over, I think it was on a live stream, the Temple of the Eldritch Echoes. And I'm going to be running that for some friends tomorrow night. And I actually was like, I want some music for this. So let me start to compose some things. Now you prompt Suno very similar to the way that you prompt ChatGPT. Like if I want, or Midjourney, if I wanted an image in Midjourney, I might say like, you know, full body, character artwork, monster, null, blah, 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 scary. And you do something very similar here. So for the sake of this one right here, Eldritch Temple. So I ended up saying I wanted it to be atmospheric, eerie, ambient, ghosts. I wanted it to like evoke kind of that spookiness. There were a few other keywords that I used there, and this is what it came up with. This might be a little bit more than what I'm looking for, not quite the vibe I'm going for, but you could see how you could adjust this. So let's try this Haunting Whispers. See, this fits a little bit better. If people were just kind of walking through a temple, I'm giving my little voiceover, and you know, you walk in the temple, blah, 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 and this is kind of playing in the background. And it's pretty good. It's pretty consistent tempo throughout the whole thing. And of course you could dial this in. It's just like any other AI tool where you can adjust it after the fact. You could extend this if you'd like to. You could make it public if you'd like to, and you can, you know, give it thumbs up, whatever. So I ended up creating quite a few of these. I actually made this one for Goblin War Camp as well, which I do want to play for you. I think you could see how having this kind of in the background as you're exploring a Goblin War Camp would be very fitting. And at any point, if you have a battle music, you could kind of go into it. It shouldn't be hard to see how you could utilize this tool. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over to ChatGPT. Now let's pretend that I'm not very good at describing music, or maybe I'm just not getting what I want. We could use ChatGPT to help us out with this. So describe an ambient song that I could use in a goblin camp. No lyrics, only instrumental. It will be used while sneaking around the camp and not necessarily for battles. While it's working on this, I will say that in Suno, you can make things that are just instrumental, but you could also create it with lyrics if you wanted to. It's wild. If I just gave it a prompt like, make up a song about, I don't know, like my cell phone, it would do that. And I hate to say it, but it would probably be kind of a banger. I have had very, very good luck with this. Actually, just on a more private note, I've made a few songs about like my kids' stuffed animals and stuff, and they love it. So that's actually what kind of convinced me to subscribe to this. Is I saw a lot of opportunity to just be kind of goofy with it, but also, you know, I can use it to make music for my games. All right, so this is very long, The Shadows of the Campfire, and that's going to be a problem because this only allows for 200 characters. So I'm going to actually restate this and say it should only be 200 characters. So it cut it down quite a bit. It says, limit this description to 200 characters max. And by the way, any of the songs that I produce here, I'll leave a link to my Suno over there in the Patreon like I usually do. That way you can go listen to anything that you'd like. And there'll also be a link. This is not a sponsored video. I don't know if I've said that yet. Not a sponsored video, but I do have the ability to, like, if you guys sign up with it, I think I get free time or something. So I'll leave whatever link helps me out in whatever way there. So if you sign up, use that. If you don't, then whatever. So Shadows of the Campfire features eerie strings, muted percussion, and a droning bass with scattered sound effects like crackling fire and faint howls, evoking tension and mischief in a goblin camp. This is actually perfect as far as what I've seen with Suno. In order to create this song, we need to go to the Create tab here, and then you're going to paste in our description, which is straight out of ChatGPT. But what you do want to do is make sure you click on Instrumental here, and that's going to prevent this from adding lyrics. I actually did this a minute ago, and I forgot to click that, so it came up with lyrics for it. But in this case, you're all set. You hit Create, and then it's going to start creating. As it's starting to buffer down here, it's going to take a couple minutes, probably like 3 minutes or so per track. It's not terrible, but it does take a few minutes. While this is buffering, I'll tell you that they do have an app for both iOS and Android, so you can use this on the go. I totally do. A lot of times I'll like make up funny songs in the car or whatever with the kids. I'll just type it in and then I start driving and then it starts playing. It's fun. Anyway, so it created Shadows of the Campfire. You'll notice that it doesn't have a timestamp here because it's still buffering. Now, take it from me, only because it's kind of annoying. If you started playing these now just to get a sample for them, that's fine. But it's going to get about 30 seconds in and then it's going to just stop. And if you're enjoying the song, it's going to be kind of frustrating, a little annoying. So we're going to come back in a couple minutes after these have done generating, and then we'll play them. All right, we're going to listen to this for the first time together, and there are 2 different versions of this, so let's see. This could be like a nice nighttime track, which makes sense, Shadows of the Campfire. I think it amps up a little bit too much to be good ambient background music. Let's try the other one. I do wish I had audio waves at the bottom here so I could take a look at what the actual song looks like, but I don't think that's useful to as many people that don't just edit videos all the time. Yeah, this one's great. I think Shadows of the Campfire, this one's a winner. I would definitely use that in a game. It would have to be a little low, but I think it would be good, and it would have just a little bit of extra for the background. I think that's really cool. I think that you guys could see how this would be a very useful tool. I would encourage you to sign up for the free trial. Again, use the link that I provide below just so I get a little extra time. But I would suggest that you sign up for the free trial. Give this a shot. This is definitely a kind of thing that if you're into ChatGPT, if you're into Midjourney, you're going to latch onto this right away. I love it, and I've been using it like almost nonstop for the last week and a half or so. Not just planning for this video, mostly for fun. All right, thank you all for joining me here on Dungeons and Drams. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Cheers.